All right, so we're transitioning out of target market at this point in time. We want to start focusing on the external sources of the marketplace, and that's really going to focus on who our competition is. So if you've been through the fundamentals course, chances are you have a list of 3, 4, 5, 6, something like that, of competitors in your industry, whether it's local, whether it's online, whether it's global, quite frankly. And so what we want to start doing is we want to start putting a visualization not only in our heads but in our customers' heads as well. This is going to help us with pricing. This is going to help us when we start creating promotions and advertising to move forward. And so we have this concept of what we're going to work on is this positioning map. The big thing with positioning map, you can also call it a perception map, it's got to be rooted in fact, right? It can't just be because I like red roses better than yellow roses, right? It can't just be because I like red velvet cake better than cheesecake. So we have to, the facts that we use with target market are really going to come back into play here. The second part to this is that it's completely different based upon who you're actually pitching it to. So if you have a target market that doesn't care about Valentine's Day other than I just have to get the roses, then their perception of where the competition falls is completely different than someone who's embedded in the industry and understands the different levels of quality as well. So we really want to focus this from a perception standpoint about what our customers, what our target market believes. So the example that we're actually going to use is going to be hamburgers. Okay? Everybody eats hamburgers? Anybody not eat hamburgers? Okay. So let's say you're driving down 256 in Pickerington. You're driving down Hilliard-Rome Road in Hilliard. You're driving down Polaris Parkway up in Lewis Center. There's 10, 15 different places that you can get hamburgers, right? All right, so what the Golden Arches, we'll just start there. Let's list McDonald's as our first source of competition. And this is if we're opening a restaurant, whatever it may be. So just from that standpoint, I mean, I don't think that they're the market leader when it comes to the quality of hamburger, but they definitely have a huge market share when it comes to that. What's another chain, what's another restaurant where you can go and get a hamburger? Burger King. Give me a little bit more upscale place.
Red Robin.
You sound like you have some history with this.
I love burgers.
Do you like Red Robin?
Yes, I do.
They have the 5 alarm there. Is that one of theirs?
Red
The jalapeno and all the other stuff?
Oh, the one in Gahanna does. My daughter works there.
Yeah.
What's the name of it?
I thought it was a 5 alarm. Maybe it's not. All right, give me 2 more. What's another good hamburger place? What did you say? Bear Bar? All right, that's a good example. I'm going to have to rely on you. How do you spell that? B-A-R-E?
Yes.
And what do you say, smash burger? Okay. All right, so just from those 5 examples, I mean, it's really going to run the gamut as far as price, quality, all those things there. And if you think about Central Ohio, if you grew up here, White Castle, right? Yeah, like, it's not my thing, but, like, people love that stuff. Thurman's, right? Down in German Village, the Therminator. If you look at it from a quality standpoint there, obviously it's going to be a really high quality. And so as you look at this entire industry, I mean, high-priced, quality-made, unique hamburgers is a thing now. And so it can't just be the Whopper, it can't just be the Big Mac, things like that. All right, you said McDonald's, right? Or did I say McDonald's?
I said Burger King.
All right, you said Burger King. So let's go with McDonald's first. What we want to do here is we want to start positioning it just from a visual standpoint, from a quality and from a price. And so if I think of, let's just use the Big Mac. I mean, it's what, like a $2, $2.50, something like that. So from a price standpoint, if this is average, you know, it's probably a little bit below average from a price standpoint. But from a quality standpoint, I'm not going to give the Big Mac high ratings, right? And so we're going to have to fall backwards on this side of the graph as well. And so if I was going to rate the Big Mac, I'm putting it somewhere over here. All right, Andy, you said Burger King.
Yes.
Let's talk about Whoppers. How much do Whoppers cost?
Oh, they're like, $1.79 or something like that, a Whopper.
Okay, $1.79. So even from that standpoint, we're going to be lower than what the Big Mac is. From a quality standpoint, where do you put it on the scale?
I give the Whopper higher quality than the Big Mac.
Okay. Now, is this your personal opinion? Is this tried and true? What falls into it there?
A little bit of both. I'm a connoisseur. I've eaten probably more hamburgers than anybody in here.
So do you feel like comfortable like right here? Where do you want to go?
Yeah, I think that's
Okay. All right. So we're going to say the Whopper. And if you think about that value proposition, cheaper, better quality, chances are Andy's going to Burger King over McDonald's every time. Okay, that makes sense. All right. You also gave me Red Robin.
yum.
All right. So let's go with Red Robin on this scale. Where are we putting it?
Well, Red Robin is more of a gourmet burger, in my mind. I mean,
Okay.
it's not just a slap together Whopper or Big Mac. So their burgers are a little bit more expensive. I don't know the prices, but I know that they're higher than the Big Mac and the Whopper.
Right. So I think from that standpoint, we're probably trending a little bit more up here as well.
Yes.
All right. All right. So we have the vertical part. Where from a quality standpoint are
I
we
think
falling?
quality standpoint, you're definitely going to go to the right side of the line, probably about a third of the way.
So we're looking right here.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Smash Burger. I've never been there. Give us the lowdown on Smash Burger.
Well, Smash Burger just came into Columbus. It used to be in Columbus, then it left. There were other, it was like Cincinnati, places like
Okay.
Louisville. But it came back because it got so popular then. But basically, it's like the Subway for hamburgers.
Okay.
It's all really good product. You see everything made in front of you. You tell them, I want this, and this. I mean, you can make kimchi on your burger. You can load it up however you want. And it ranges. It's kind of like at like some ice cream places, like however heavy it is.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it
Price
is.
per ounce. All right. So let's go with quality first, Sarah. Where are we putting quality for Smash Burger?
Definitely. I feel definitely. You got to go above Red Robin, just because I can see it. I don't trust.
Okay.
Not being able to see it.
Okay. That's fine. So like right here, we good? All right. From a cost perspective, where are we? I mean, I feel like Red Robin's like $8-9 a burger, right? Okay. So where does Smash compare to there?
I want to say, typically,
Like $12.
no. I want to say like 9.
Okay, so maybe comparable as far as price goes.
I mean,
How much
it
it is for like
varies.
fries and the drink?
Yeah,
Because you get a meal, right?
I don't know. I can't.
Well, I mean, from the way you've described it, I feel comfortable from a quality and price standpoint, a little bit more unique from that. All right, and then Lacey, you had Bear Bar. You got to give us some explanation about them. Bear Burger. All right. So from a price standpoint, I mean, we're kind of blowing these guys out of the water. Now, from a quality standpoint. So just the ingredients that go into it push it further. Okay. So I mean, even from there, if we're looking at it, I mean, we can put Bear Burger, and maybe this isn't the exact right place, but it's going to be somewhere around there. So when you start looking at this from a competitive landscape, take personal choice out of it, right? Go ahead.
Well, if you think about it, I don't know, well, I kind of think a little bit, but White Castles, for example, White Castle has low prices, but they have grade A meat, and they put it out there that they have grade A meat. But White Castle still, isn't as popular in a lot of these places. So
I think there's a couple of things about it. First of all, you have to buy like 4 sliders to get a Big Mac, right? And so I think just from that standpoint, from the quality of it, you're going to trend down a little bit more. It's more of a value-based decision rather than a premier or a unique-based decision. Does that make sense? And I mean, even if you go to any of these other places, you know, Wendy's is based on perception. If you go down south, Crystal, you know, that brand is going to have a different perception as well. But I mean, I just think like in your head, as you look at this, you're thinking, man, that Bear Burger better be really good for me to pay twice as much or get 4 times as many Whoppers for the same price. Does that make sense? From a quality standpoint, it's dangerous because in the customer's head, you are really building yourself up the further you go down this avenue, right? From a quality standpoint, you better have that research, you better have the reviews to back up why you price your burgers this high. One of the things you won't find is you won't find a really high quality product for a really low price because the perception doesn't line up. When people go to purchase it, there's a disconnect there. The same thing. If you're all the way up here, if you have a really high price and you're really low quality, you're going out of business. When we flip back to the beginning of this conversation, I say it's completely based upon customer opinion. It's completely true as well, right? For people in my mom's generation that grew up with sliders, man, you can't get anything better than a slider. For me, man, it's way down here. It's not even on the map, quite frankly. But from that standpoint, because you become brand loyal and that quality means something to you and you're willing to pay a higher price, it's all based on perception. The other example that I use with this is cars. The person who only drives Chevy trucks will have quality all the way over here. Will you go down and you ask somebody else what they think of Chevy? I'm never driving a Chevy. I'm never driving a Ford. And so it's all based upon what your customers actually think. So the good part about this is that we're able to start thinking about what our prices are, how they compare to other people. We can raise, we can lower our price, we can add more value, we can take away things that don't add value for our customers. But it has to always go back to what our customers think, what our customers feel about our products. And even if we have different customer groups, we can differentiate with those as well. But the positioning map, the perception map has to always go back to what your target market wants out of that transaction and how they actually feel about your products.